it going? Hi. I have tried to go live like a million times today, so I'm on my phone now because it was refusing to go live for me. So hopefully, look, I'm live now, so I'm assuming y'all can see me, which is great. So, hey Corey, how's it going? I was having some technical difficulties, so I'm super glad to see ya. So I never know where to look. Hey. I don't like doing this on my phone because it's weird. I like being on my computer. Anyway, it's good to see you. I'm happy y'all are here. Hi Melanie, how's it going? I was having some technical difficulties, so I'm on my phone. Hey Karen, what's up? I cannot wait to have coffee with you on Thursday. It's gonna be crazy magic. It's gonna be so awesome. Hello. I'm so happy y'all are here joining me on my Facebook Live today because I'm just a little bit pissed off about some things. And I'm a little bit on fire about some stuff. And I'm going to talk about fire today. And I'm going to talk about burning down the patriarchy. And I'm going to talk about USC, the University of Spoiled Children, where the patriarchy is alive and well. And I just, like, right as I was getting ready to go live, and I tried to go live on my computer a couple of times, and I could not because somehow Facebook kept kicking me off. But the bonus is, it didn't matter because there has been a lawsuit filed. So many things I want to talk about. Basically, I'm going to focus on burning down the patriarchy and also my experience at USC. And also this just literally came across literally came across the screen when I was trying to get into my phone to do this. 4 ex-Trojans file a lawsuit over USC handling of embattled gynecologists. So, hey Denise, how are you? So, this is also interesting because a lawsuit's just been filed against USC because of some really horrifying behavior on account of a gynecologist at the Student Health Center, which I have an experience with. So I'm really excited to talk to y'all about this today. So let me start with the idea of fire. So I have a phoenix tattooed on my back. It's on fire because that's what the phoenix is. It rises from the ashes. And I got my tattoo back in 2010, maybe 2011. But when I went through my divorce in 2010 and 2011, I decided to get a phoenix tattooed on my back because I was the phoenix rising from the ash. And I really felt like I had this experience where I had literally burned down to the ground. And one of the things that kept happening over and over and over again while I was getting divorced was that I would wake up or constantly feel throughout the day that my hands and my arms all the way down to my elbows were on fire. And I read in Rebecca Campbell's book, Rise, Sister, Rise, about the fact that when we're tapped into Kali, the goddess, the Kali energy, she's a divine goddess. And when we're tapped into her energy, oftentimes our hands and arms can feel like they're on fire. And I had that experience over and over and over again, that I would wake up and my hands would literally feel like they were fire. And when I got my phoenix tattooed on me, that sort of stopped, which was really intense. But every once in a while, when I'm tapping into a really big feeling or a really big thing, I feel like my hands and my arms are on fire. And it hurts. Like, it's to the point where it's actually sort of painful. And so anyway, so I've been thinking a lot about the fire, because I was at the Wynn with Women conference. Oh my God, y'all, stop it. I just sent an email to my list about this thing. This conference, and I've posted about it. I haven't even posted all the things because I'm still sort of absorbing all the things. But I got to this conference. The young women that put this on, Mia and Maya, are just, they're on fire. But like Kristen Clark, Tarana Burke, Shannon Watts, I got to like sit and chat with Shannon Watts about her work with Moms Demand. Rebecca Coakley, who does disability policy at the Center for American Progress. Sarah Kendzior, who's an anthropologist who went viral on Twitter, and she researches authoritarian states in Central Asia, which has become especially relevant with Russia. Ibram Kendi, and then I got to meet some of my most favorite people on earth from Twitter, like Soraya Shamali and all these amazing badass humans. And I had this really awesome opportunity to do these moderate panels on reproductive justice and LGBT justice, which made me really happy. But the whole time I felt like I was on fire. Like I felt lit up. Please ignore my home phone. I felt lit up. I felt ready to go. I was so excited. This is how you know I have children. I have a home phone, clearly. I was so excited this whole time. And I still haven't, like, put it all into my head. And then I got to go sit with the lovely and fabulous Melanie Childers, who, her business is called The Enlightened Badass. And she and I, like, redeveloped this fucking amazing program called The Candidate Secret Weapon, which is now, we have an online group coaching program that's starting in June for any of you who want to run for office or are thinking of running for office. But the whole time I felt like I was on fire, like I was just so excited and invigorated and lit up and excited and invigorated and lit up, and I could feel myself rising. And then I get home, I'm flying home, and my mom sends me this message, and she texts me while I'm on the plane, because you can do that now with your wirelessness. And I was on the plane, and my mom says, "Did you hear about the gynecologist at USC?" Now listen, I went to USC for 4 years. That's where I got my PhD. In that time, one of the professors from the School of Social Work at USC was found guilty by USC of sexual harassing a colleague of mine. When I spoke out about it publicly on my blog, I actually got shushed by several of my colleagues, which did not make me very happy. So I openly published their letter shushing me on my blog, which y'all can refer to from last fall. But I had a series of, and I blogged about my hysterectomy. So I have struggled with infertility my entire life. I've battled infertility my entire life. Hey, listen, potato, nobody needs you under the desk right now. Sit down. I've battled infertility my entire life, and I've always wanted to have babies. I've never been able to have babies. They came in different ways. Hey, Kevra. Ooh, Kevra, you're getting here for the juicy meaty part. But when I was at USC, I was on student health insurance. And so while I was on my student health insurance, I had to go to the doctor because I was having chronic pain, chronic ovarian pain, chronic uterine pain, chronic pain in my abdomen. I knew something was wrong with me. I needed to get a referral so I could get surgery because I knew something was horribly, horribly wrong. And when I went to the student health center, I was the lobbyist for Planned Parenthood for 6.5 years. I have been getting gynecological exams since I was 16 years old. I was 39 years old at the time that I went to that center. I literally ran out of there screaming. I am not being sarcastic. I am not doing my exaggeration thing that sometimes I am wont to do. I was so badly violated by that nurse practitioner. And so it wasn't the gynecologist, George Tyndall, who has been arrested. But it was another practitioner at the Student Health Center. And here is why I'm talking about this so publicly today. Yo, I'm on fire, and I'm burning down the patriarchy. But USC has a history. If you look through the last 12 months of news coming out of the University of Southern California, and if you look at how this doctor violated these women, the 4 women who just filed a lawsuit today against the university, but they've had hundreds of complaints about him. Women are a commodity to USC. There has always been sexual violence and harassment on that campus. Women are a financial commodity. Tuition at USC is a multi-billion-dollar business. Their donors are a multi-billion-dollar business, and women are expendable at USC. And there is a culture there that is bred of fear that you are supposed to be afraid of speaking out against people at USC. And it's completely intolerable. And the fact that the School of Social Work, in fact, did not fire the professor who was found guilty of sexual harassment of his female students, but he actually got a nicer office and he's still working there, tells you about the culture of expendable women at USC. The fact that at the Student Health Center, I've been getting gynecological exams forever and ever and ever, but even I didn't do anything about it. I didn't say anything about it. I just completely freaked out and left and called my mom hysterical and said, find me a doctor in Orange County. I can't do this anymore. I can't go to that Student Health Center ever again because I have been so badly violated. And I can't imagine what it's like as an 18-year-old student to go get a gynecological exam for the very first time at your Student Health Center and be so violently violated as these women are. And so I'm bringing this up today because I am just done being quiet about it. Hello, James Kelly. How are you? The violence we are experiencing against women and girls since the 45th president was elected to office is becoming untenable. When I found out that there was a school shooting in Texas last week, I said to Jim, I am worried about Caitlin's ability to navigate dating. If what it means when you are navigating dating and you tell a boy something that he doesn't want to hear, he gets an AR-15 and decides to shoot you. And if you look at the school shootings over the last 12 months, they have a common thread, and the common thread is violence against women. The common thread about what is happening in 2018 is that boys are getting angry, and I'm calling them boys because they're not men yet, are getting angry at girls, and I'm calling them girls because they're not women yet. And they are exploring dating, and they're doing all the things you're supposed to do when you are this age. You're supposed to date. You're supposed to go out. You're supposed to go have fun. You're supposed to do all these things. And yet, if these girls are like, please don't stalk me. Please don't talk to me this way. Please don't treat me like this. I don't deserve to be treated like this. No, I don't want to date you. I think you're a neato person, but you're not my jam. They're getting shot. And in the meantime, we have virtually zero headspace for what that looks like and how we address it in 2018 when the leader of our nation fully, willingly, and actually may have gotten elected because he's busy grabbing everybody by the pussy. And I don't think we can let this go. And I don't think we should let it go. And I was just talking earlier with a potential client who I'm hoping is going to be working with me, and we were talking about the shitty list of shoulds. But I think actually this does not go on the shitty list of shoulds. I think we should be pushing our local elected officials to address gun violence in a real intentional way. I think we should be talking about the culture of absolute violence against women at the University of Southern California. Because it is a bubble, and it is a walled-off bubble, and it is a place where girls are not safe. And as long as President Nikias remains as the president of the University of Southern California, women will not be safe on that campus. They won't be safe as professors. They won't be safe as staff. They won't be safe as students. They're not safe. Because he has known about every single one of these sexual harassment and sexual misconduct and sexual violence against students and women on his campus. And he has done nothing. And there is a really wonderful woman named Rini who has created a petition that I'm going to link in the comment section when I'm done to recall for the removal of the president of the University of Southern California. And it would send a really strong message if we got thousands of people to say, enough is enough. It's time to burn down the patriarchy at USC. Whether you go there or not, one of the most powerful universities in the world should not think it is okay for 4 young women to be stripped naked and groped under the guise of medical treatment for his sexual gratification. The university knew that this gynecologist at the Student Health Center was doing this. And then the USC tried to conceal it and pay him a financial settlement so he would quietly resign. He kept a secret box full of photographs of his patients' genitals and had documented complaints against him back to the year 2000. That was 18 years of genitalia kept in a box. And the worst part is that the USC administration knew about it, and they did nothing. So one of the things, to go back to my analogy of burning down the patriarchy, is yesterday was Pentecost, and we went to church, and Pentecost is all about fire. And so I've been dreaming about fire. I told y'all in the very beginning of this Facebook Live, I've been feeling fire. I have a phoenix tattooed on my back. I am fire. My cards have fire on them. Like, my business cards have a background of fire. Yo, I'm on fire. This girl is on fire. Fire. Yes, Denise Lund. Angry face. Yes, that's right. Angry face. I'm on fire. I'm on fire because it is time to burn it down. We are the ignition and the flame and the spark that can make the change in this community. We are the fire that can destroy the patriarchy so that new life can come up and a new brand of leadership can rise. The living flame of fire, transforms something solid into liquid and heat. And we are here to transform the world. We are the messengers. We are the healers. We are the truth sayers. We are the ones. Hey, Marianne, how are you? We are the ones who really can ignite this personal fire that we have. Find what it is that is exciting us and go out and do that thing. And I truly believe that the flame, yesterday our priest was talking about the flame is transforming your life into one who heals and teaches. And that resonated so deeply with me because he was talking about how love is the power that changes everything. And I wrote in my book, I said, yo, I'm on fire. This girl is on fire. It's a repetitive theme. And if we can take these instances, for example, where boys are shooting girls because they don't like being stalked or pursued, and so they think it's perfectly acceptable to go into a high school and shoot them. Or if we are taking these instances like what is happening at USC and supporting other women who are experiencing sexual violence and sexual harassment repeatedly on that campus, if we are willing to be the fire and combine it with the power of our love to say, this is not okay. We are in the middle of an awakening. We knew that this was happening, but now, in light of the fact that it's 2018, and we have the 45th president who is endorsing this behavior, and he thinks it's okay to engage in violence against women and girls. And so all of these things are starting to boil to the surface. This is the time for us to be speaking and be lit on fire and destroy things so that new life can come up and young women can have a voice so that they can speak out against people like this gynecologist at USC who has 18 years of photographs of women, who has created a culture where the physician's assistants violate women like me under the guise of medical care, where they don't listen. And they don't listen to women's voices. And it is time to think about, how do we use our voice in service to ourselves? And how does that impact others? How do I use my voice in service to myself? And also how it impacts other people. And I really hope that your takeaway today is this. In whatever way you find your voice, whether it's writing, whether it's phone calling people that are in positions of power, whether it's just talking to your own family and friends about how these things deeply impact and affect your life, no matter what it is, do that thing today. I sent an email to my list about this today, and I'm going to be blogging about the fire and about do that thing today. What's the one thing you can do? Because I truly believe that if we all speak out and we all have that collective burn and we don't let that burn become dampened, if we keep this fire going and we keep stoking the flames, we are going to burn down this patriarchy and it is going to be fucking awesome. So my Monday Mayhem call to you is to sign the petition that Rini has put out about the calling for the removal of the president of USC, and I'll post that in the notes. in the comment section. But I also really call upon all of you. If there's one thing in your world that has been burning at you, there's one thing in your world you've been wanting to talk about, you haven't yet, then I want you to do that today, or this week, or this month, or this year. Go and do that thing. Keep this fire going. And that's really all I have for you today. And if you're enjoying my Facebook Lives, come on over to Bird Girl Industries. I'm about to post some new content, a new opt-in about some things you can do to change the world. And I'm really excited about the inspiration of blog posts and advocacy programs I've got on there. Like I mentioned earlier in my Facebook Live, I've recreated the Candidate Secret Weapon with Melanie Childers. And she and I are doing an online group coaching, 6-week group coaching program for women who want to run or are running for office or thinking about running for office. And that's all over on my website. Plus, I've got this really incredible dinner coming up on July 27th with my friend Danielle Savory. We're in Portland, Oregon. It's called the Do More Dinner, and we're going to be doing coaching around local community action and mindfulness and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So, and if you want to join me for one-on-one coaching, you just can send me an email at melissa@birdgirlindustries.com. Or you can get onto my coaching website and you can schedule your free consultation right there. Super easy, super fun. And you can also support me at Patreon at patreon.com/birdgirl1001. Kevra, the Do More Dinner is in July. We had to change the date. Thank you for asking. It's July 27th. I would love for you to come. I think you would think it was really fun. Anybody can come from anywhere. And it's in Portland, Oregon. And the details are on the event page that's on my Bird Girl Industries, Dr. Melissa Bird on Facebook, this page right here. Or you can, I also just linked, I'm going to link to it in on my website today. That's on my to-do list. So thank you all for being here. I think you're all awesome. Go light a fire and burn down USC. Burn down the patriarchy, people. That's your job today. Love you. Bye.